When you move to a small city like Gilbert, Arizona, you go there for a quiet place to raise your family. With a population of just 275,000 people, anyone moving there is expecting a quiet suburban lifestyle. Well, the subjects of today's video were determined to make sure that that wasn't possible. The subjects of today's video are a gang of upper middle class wealthy teens committing robberies, selling drugs, and attacking people in the streets, causing skull fractures, facial fractures, broken teeth, concussions, and other serious injuries, all leading up to a murder of a young teen. These kids have made the small town of Gilbert, Arizona a living hell. The subjects of today's video are none other than the Gilbert Goons, and today we're going to be telling their story. But before we get into the video, please be sure to like and subscribe. A group of teenagers and young adults calling themselves the Gilbert Goons were wreaking havoc across the small Arizona city. The Gilbert Goons are described by concerned local residents as a gang of 20 or more, mostly white, upper middle class teenagers from multiple Southeast Valley high schools. They have been accused of committing a bevy of attacks throughout the city, including cracking a kid's skull with brass knuckles. Their attacks became increasingly violent, and they used threats and intimidation to keep their victims silent. For more than a year, they carried out random assaults on teenagers in mall parking lots, outside fast food restaurants, at parks, and at house parties. To make matters worse, they would record most of their attacks and other criminal behaviors, then post them on TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. They would film themselves drag racing, popping pills, doing coke, and brandishing firearms. The craziest thing about this is that some of these kids come from millionaire families. Typically, criminals come from poverty and resort to crime due to growing up in bad areas and trying to survive. But these kids are just doing it for fun. After years of terrorizing the city of Gilbert, Arizona, the Gilbert Goons would finally face retribution following the death of a young teenager during a Halloween party.
911 emergency.
Hey, I'm at a party, and
What's going on? Take a deep breath.
there's a bunch of people out here with guns and he just jumped my friend and he's knocked out on the ground. He was bleeding, and then I came over here because there's a bunch of people there telling me not to call the cops, but it's the safest thing to do. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. He's been unconscious for like 2 minutes. We need people over here. Are people on the way?
They're on the way, I promise.
I didn't get here fast. I did not want my friend.
That's okay. They're going lights and sirens as fast as they can, okay?
On October 28, 2023, a Halloween party was being held in a house in Queen Creek, Arizona. The party was wild, with hundreds of people in attendance. There was alcohol and drugs all over the place, available for everyone there. Most of the people in attendance were high school age kids. As you can imagine, alcohol and hot-headed teenagers don't mix, so conflict would soon break out. According to a witness statement, two groups were engaged in an argument. One of the people allegedly arguing was a guy named Tristan Billy. During the argument, one of his friends, a kid nicknamed D-Money, real name Dominic Turner, allegedly snatched someone's chain and ran off with it. This caused the groups to move outside, where a brawl would break out. The friends of the person that was robbed attempted to get the chain back. One of the people that tried to get the chain back was a 16-year-old boy named Preston Lord. Unfortunately, this would cause him to get jumped by multiple people. A kid named Talon Renner allegedly punched Preston first and knocked him out, and Tristan Billy allegedly kicked and stomped Preston in the head while he was lying on the ground. To make matters even worse, multiple of the attackers allegedly dry-humped Preston while he was unconscious to emasculate and embarrass him. Once the attack was over, some of the kids at the party tried to step in to perform CPR after his heart stopped until paramedics arrived. They were able to restart Preston's heart, and he was taken to Chandler Regional Hospital. He was then transferred to Phoenix Children's Hospital in extremely critical condition with a severe brain injury. He would tragically pass away 2 days later on October 30th at just 16 years old. Multiple of Preston's alleged attackers are believed to be members of the Gilbert Goons. In the days following the murder of Preston Lord, multiple attackers would brag about it to people, but Talon Renner was the worst offender. He sent a message on Snapchat saying, "I got in a fight, a big group fight, and I accidentally killed a kid. I guess I'm just too strong." The attack on Preston was recorded. Talon allegedly showed the video to his friends, bragging that he put a kid on life support. It turns out that Talon is the son of a millionaire gym owner named Travis Renner. Travis allegedly tried to hide evidence from the night of the beating and shift blame to another boy with a similar name. One of Travis's female employees claimed that she was an unwilling participant in a cover-up that allegedly began as soon as Preston was critically injured. The former employee at Relentless Media Agency told a local newspaper that her bosses Travis Renner and Adam Kiefer, CEO of Relentless Media Agency, openly discussed their plans to hide evidence and shift blame on another boy with a similar name. Travis Renner reportedly plotted to bring Talon to a cabin until the injuries he sustained while handing out the beating healed. They were allegedly advised by their attorney to do this. Talon is one of multiple family members involved in criminal activity. His older brother, Kyler Renner, is allegedly a Gilbert Goon as well and was recently indicted for an assault charge in relation to his involvement in a gang attack at a parking garage near Gilbert and Elliott Roads on December 3, 2022, and another assault charge for an attack at a house party in 2022. Kyler was also charged with 5 counts of possessing dangerous drugs for sale and using electronic communications to facilitate a drug sale. The father, Travis Renner, was arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia in January of 2024. Back to the Preston Lord case. By December of 2023, the police were keyed in on 7 suspects and were investigating them. Aside from Talon Renner, multiple other suspects incriminated themselves in messages and police interrogation. A suspect named Talon Vigil said in a Snapchat conversation that quote-unquote, "I hit a kid and this kid hit his head. And then they kicked his head in the ground and then I got word he died, so I don't know." Another suspect named William Hines told police officers, "Straight up bro, I was drunk. Heat of the moment. I kicked him one time and I kicked his leg." William also told police that Treston was one of the people that attacked Preston. Another suspect named Taylor Sherman told officers that he, Talon Renner, Jacob Meissner, and Dominic Turner got in his car and took off after the fight. Taylor denied being involved in the fight, but admitted recording Preston as he was being dragged out of the roadway. Witnesses told police that Dominic Turner and another suspect named Jacob Meissner were involved in the attack on Preston. After 5 months of outrage and protests from people in the community, the 7 suspects were finally arrested and charged for their involvement in Preston's death. Talon Renner, age 17, was charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping. Treston Billy, age 18, was charged with first-degree murder, kidnapping, and aggravated robbery. Dominic Turner, age 20, was charged with first-degree murder, kidnapping, and aggravated robbery. William Hines, age 18, was charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping. Jacob Meissner, age 17, was charged with first-degree murder, kidnapping, and aggravated robbery. Taylor Sherman, age 19, was charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping. Talon Vigil, age 17, was charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping. Talon was released from jail this week after posting the $1 million bond he was given. He has to wear an ankle monitor for the time being. All 7 suspects have pled not guilty to these charges. Man, it seems like the youth are getting more and more heartless these days. Empathy is becoming rare. RIP to Preston Lord. Let me know what you guys think about the situation in the comment section, and please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.